wants to start us off?
Coach, just another loss. This time it ends the streak that the Timbers had up here in Seattle. What were your thoughts on the team's performance from the first half and how they played in the second half?
Well, I felt like we dominated the game in the first half. We conceded a goal, but I didn't think Max had anything to do in the first half apart from that goal, and it was from a careless giveaway in midfield, and then they broke. And we knew that they were quick on the counter-attack, but that was the only counter-attack that they probably had. I just feel as if we're doing everything apart from the most important bit, and that's putting the ball in the back of the net. You know, their keeper makes a great save, but we had chances at the end. There must have been 3 or 4 minutes from the red, from the foul being given for the red card, and then the VAR, and they played an extra 1 minute. That for me was just like, I just thought it was absolutely staggering. That's why I went onto the pitch at the end. I didn't think the referee and the fourth officials had good games. I thought the games was too big for them. But these games are big, and you need strong officials. I think for both sides, not just for us. For both sides, there was 4 or 5 wrong offside decisions. I just thought the stoppage time at the end was just incredible, But I thought we played well. I think we're doing everything, both in and out of possession, and we're missing one phase of our play that's really, it's absolutely killing us at this moment in time in terms of the last month. Not just tonight. I'd say that this has been a consistency now for the last 2-3 months. Is that last little bit? It's the hardest thing in football, is to put the ball in the back of the net. That's why attackers get paid more than defenders. That's why I was a fullback, because I wasn't good enough to be an attacker. And we just need to keep believing. We need to keep trusting. We need to just keep believing that, when the real push comes to the shove, is that we're gonna score 2 or 3 goals, because I think that's the type of team that we can be. But it feels like we're running out a little bit of time. We have to start doing it now. I thought tonight was a real opportunity, when you always say in life that you want to control your own destiny. Now we tonight was the chance that we controlled our own destiny. After tonight, the destiny is not in our hands at this moment in time. It's in the hands of other results, and that's not a nice place to be.
Phil, that last bit, the hardest bit, we were just talking to Diego, and he said that it's a matter of the team needing to give the forwards confidence to score goals. What are some of the things that they can, or is it just a matter of them needing to finally find the back of the net for the confidence to skyrocket?
Yeah, I mean, there's an age-old saying, you just need one to go in off your backside, or a deflection, or whatever it is. But I've got to say is that I thought that 3 weeks ago. We're now sort of like 2, maybe 8-9 weeks into this, where I'm like, now it's time to deliver. I will defend our forward players until I leave this football club, because I believe in them. I trust them. We coach them every single day, but you cannot just turn up on a Saturday and just turn it on like a tap. You've got to practice it every single day, and you've got to get consistency and confidence and belief. And the team do have confidence in them, and the manager and the technical staff do have confidence in them. Now it's time to deliver. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago, is that you look at the results at this moment in time, who's scoring for most teams? It's the forwards, it's the DPs, it's the big players. And I'd say that is not pressure. That is just the confidence that we have in our DPs, in our forward players, and that's the expectation of a DP, of a big player, of a forward player. And I'd say if you can't deal with that expectation, then you're in the wrong spot. And so we've just got to keep going. There's no other way to look at it. Is that when you suffer disappointment, you can go one or two ways. You can sulk, feel sorry for yourself, or just work even harder. We need to work even harder, and that's what we're going to do over the next 2 weeks. That's what we've done all week. We've worked harder. There's some players in there that struggle to finish 90 minutes when we're into the marathon. They've got to get fitter. They've got to get mentally stronger. The whole group need to take a big jump forward, and so do I. So. But I've got no doubts about where we're going. The other thing I said to the team at the end is that now is the time where really it's now or never. San Diego's now or never. Because I don't see the 8th, 9th game as a playoff. I see that as failure.
Coach, how hard is it to manage, say, the last 20 minutes of a match when it's always right there? It's always right there, we're waiting for that goal, and you want to give the 11 guys out there maybe time to keep running it out.
Yeah.
How do you make that decision where you're going to plug someone else in, or just right, or you want to make sure they have the
Yeah.
confidence in you?
Well, I mean, at 74 minutes, I looked at the 11 on the pitch. I thought that every single one of them looked really good, but they made three substitutions, and I thought that the momentum just swung because of the energy of the guys that they brought on. They just had a little bit more zip to our guys, and so that's why I decided to make the 5 changes that I made. And I've got to say, I thought Mia came into the game really well. Chara was incredible. The tackle at the end was just phenomenal, and we wanted that little bit of extra. We had 2 forwards on the pitch at the end. Pipe gets a chance at the end, which is a chance that he's got to score, and that's why we made the change. I thought Kelsey had his best game for Portland. I thought he showed that he was a man tonight, but he tired after 70 minutes, so we just needed to freshen it up. And as a manager, when you're 1-0 down, you there's a couple of things. You've got to get as many goals on the pitch as possible. You've got to get as many goal scorers, people with goals in them, as many people that can set up a goal. You've got to take risks, and that's what we did. We took off a few players, and we had Gage, we had Pipe, we had Lassiter, we had O'Meara, who have all scored goals in their careers. So we wanted just to put more goals on the pitch.
Okay, we're going to wrap it there. Thanks for the time, Coach.